Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. Quick disclaimer, this video shows a graphic video showing a man's death, so viewer discretion advised. Also, I want to apologize for some mistakes that made it into the video that I was unable to take out, unfortunately. We record this live on Twitch, and I misclicked some audio sources while switching scenes. We didn't realize this till the editing process, but luckily it only happens a few times in the beginning, and they're very brief. So I just decided to the entire raw footage, mistakes and all. We're all human, it happens, so I apologize for that. We appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to check this video out. Please watch this video all the way through and let us know what you think. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment if there's anything you would like to see from us, or anything you think we could do better. Your feedback is very important to us, and it really helps out the channel. We want to continue making this channel better and bring you guys the best content as possible. We have links in the description for our Discord if you would like to contact us and be a part of the conversation. There's even a chance you could come live on the podcast with us and chat with us about a topic you'd like to talk about. If you would like to join us live, mistakes and all, follow us on Twitch. Link in the description. We'll be there 8:30 Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. Thanks and enjoy.
You are about to listen to the Yin Yang Podcast.
It's kind of like we have everything. It's on two different sides. It's like kind of a new thing. I guess you just have to try it yourself. Just listen.
You are about to listen to the Yin Yang Podcast.
I used it as a jizz rag.
Really? Like that's how we're gonna start this?
Are we streaming live?
Yeah, that was live. You just said that live.
Oh, alright. Sorry
Way
about
to
that.
start this show. All right, guys, welcome back. It's been a while since we've done a live one, obviously, since we started off that way.
Sorry about that.
I even told you, I was like, "Hey, here's your cue. Don't shut up." And you're just like, "Oh no, I just used this for my
No, I did
excrement."
not. You didn't. Say
I
that.
did.
Well, it's recorded. We can see it later.
Oh, that's yeah. Oh, yeah. It's. I'm not cutting any of this out. This is a great intro. This is gold.
Well, that's what happens. That's what happens when you mess with Von Ronda.
All right, so welcome back, guys. We're Yin and Yang, and this is our podcast. It's been a while since we've been live. We've been pretty busy, had a lot of things, life hit us. But we're back. We're trying to get back on doing these live things on Twitch, and obviously we're still trying to put stuff out on YouTube. Hopefully
Life has hit us in the face repeatedly.
It's a little bit of an inside joke for anybody that doesn't know your situation, but oh, we should not talk about that. They're horrible people. But anyway, that's what we're here to discuss about is your let's say love life. But but no, so a lot of people might not know, but the video surfaced of this Florida shooting, or not Florida, Georgia shooting. Sorry, wow, I already messed this up.
Hey, they're close. It's close enough.
Oh, dude,
for me.
we're just killing it on this live game since we haven't done it in so long. Anyways,
I'm good. It's you.
I know, dude. I always get
I
nervous
say
in the beginning.
I say off the wall shit all the time. So that's,
I know. I even have all the notes in front of me. I'm just like, Florida. Nope, that's wrong.
that's your problem. You have notes.
I need notes, or it's even worse. It's even worse if I don't have notes, dude. Trust
I'm
me.
worse with notes. That's the way I
That's
work.
because you can't read, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, So anyway, there's this video that surfaced on the internet of a Georgia shooting. It happened on February 23rd. It just surfaced, and it's pretty controversial. It's pretty graphic, so we're going to show you the actual video. If you don't want
it's
to,
not controversial for the South.
stop it! Stop it! Stop it! You're going. Oh man! So it's really graphic. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. But we're about to show it, and I'll describe it for the people that are listen to this later on YouTube, so you can so you know what's going on if you're just listening. So there's a guy that is driving. He pulls up behind the young man that gets shot. His name is Ahmaud Arbery. I hope I said that right. And there's a white
What?
truck.
You're not saying? You mean?
Let me describe the video.
Go ahead.
There's a white truck parked in the middle of the road, blocking his way, and he
What
tries to
kind
run.
of people are in it?
Stop.
How many people are in it?
Really, I'm trying to describe you are being a dick.
Well, you're describing it horribly. That's not the juicy context. But go ahead.
You didn't even want to watch it. Well, the video's already over. It's really short. People just watched it.
You gotta say two white guys. You have to say it. You just can't be like two guys. Like you gotta describe them. And it's the South. Two
You are
white
about
guys
to
and a
listen
white
to
truck
the
in the
Yin
South.
Yang
It's kind of like we
Podcast.
have everything on two different sides.
Said that this guy was a robber.
Kind of a new thing.
Yeah. So the guy that was shot, like I said, was Ahmaud Arbery, 25 years old.
Young black guy.
Young black male.
You are about to listen to the
according to
Yin
the
Yang
police report.
Podcast.
Screen now. The two white guys that were in the truck.
Father and son.
Yeah, they were father and son. The guy in the back of the bed of the truck was a former police officer. He's retired. So I'm just going to read this, what the police report says, and we'll summarize it after. So this is from the perspective of the officer. So on Sunday, February 23rd, responded to an intersection of Sotelo Drive and Holmes Drive in reference to shots fired. While en route, I was advised there were shots fired and a male on the ground bleeding out. A short time later, I was advised that the male on the ground was deceased. Upon my arrival, I observed Officer Minshew setting up a perimeter, which is the other officer on the scene. I began speaking with Gregory McMichael, who was the witness to the incident. McMichael stated that there have been several break-ins in the neighborhood, and further, the suspect was caught on surveillance video. So basically, they're saying that Ahmaud Arbery, I'm just gonna call him Arbery, his last name, because that way it's for short. They're accusing this guy of a series of break-ins, and he was caught on video. And Michael stated that he was in his front yard and saw the suspect from the break-ins, quote-unquote, hauling ass down Sotelo Drive towards Buford Drive. McMichael stated he then ran inside his house and called Travis McMichael, which was his son, and said, "Travis, the guy is running down the street. Let's go." So pretty much they just saw this guy and said, "Hey, we think this is the guy that's doing this. Let's just jump in this truck." This is from then, though. Doesn't sound like the video. McMichael stated he went to his bedroom and grabbed his .357 Magnum, and Travis grabbed his shotgun because they didn't know if the male was armed or not. Yeah. McMichael stated.
I think
that's fair. You don't know if that guy's armed. He's running. You don't know. That's fair if you grab your gun. I get that, but that's not the point. McMichael stated the other night they saw the same male. He stuck his hand down his pants, which led him to believe the male was armed. So, okay. McMichael stated he and Travis got into the truck and drove down Sotelo Drive toward Buford Drive. McMichael stated when they arrived in the intersection of Sotelo Drive and Holmes Drive, they saw the unidentified male running down Buford Drive. McMichael then stated Travis drove down Buford and attempted to cut off the male. Obviously, if you're watching that video, those guys did not try to cut him off. They were parked in the middle of the road waiting for him. So there's already discrepancy number one, which makes me question,
the whole.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you though.
Yeah, we can get it.
Their video. I saw the videotape of somebody. I don't know if it was them who videotaped it though.
No, it was their person behind there that I forget. It's in the article we're about to go over later. His actual name, the guy that was recording it, is part of.
They were friends with the people in the truck.
Yeah.
Oh wow, dude! They videotaped it. There's so many white supremacists jerking off to this video right now.
Yeah. So McMichael stated the unidentified male turned around and began running back in the direction in which he came, and Rhodey attempted to block him, which was unsuccessful. Which I'm assuming Rhodey is the guy in the truck. We'll confirm that later when we look at the article.
Yeah, the kid was the one that was fighting with them, and that dude was beating the shit out of that white kid. He's like, "Oh, brute," or whatever they were like, "Oh, son, don't worry, I'll save you."
No.
Kaboom. Like,
I
mean, that's the way it looks. The black dude was beating the shit out of that guy, dude.
Well, he's got a shotgun. I'm gonna it's fight or flight. Like
No,
you have two
dude,
guys
it
pointing
was
a gun at you.
fucking-
You have either two choices: stand your ground and try to live, or
That's
you
too
run away and
lazy.
get shot.
I'm sorry. There's two lazy fat fucks. All they did looks like they live at Burger King, and they were wanting to go around. I mean, honestly, I'm getting on one side right here, but like, there's ultimately all kinds of sides. He could have been the robber, obviously. Like, there's all types of situations.
All right, so let's finish this police report.
Yeah.
So McMichael stated he then jumped into the bed of the truck, and he and Travis continued to Holmes in the attempt to intercept him. McMichael stated they saw the unidentified male and shouted, "Stop, stop, we want to talk to you." So already right there, they claimed they shouted at him saying, "Stop, stop, we want to talk to you." They're parked in the middle of the road, and he was just trying to look like you can see in the video that he was trying to run around him and try to get around the truck.
Yeah.
So
There's not a lot of stories from the South where there's a black guy and a white dude in a big truck that ever goes out good. So he's probably doing smart. But in all defense, it's probably his fault for running in the South outside. I don't run in the North outside because people think I'm stealing shit. I'm like, I'll just go to the gym.
Okay, so McMichael stated they pulled up beside the male, and okay, I already read that part. So Travis exited the truck with a shotgun. McMichael stated the unidentified male began violently attacking Travis, and the two men then started fighting over the shotgun, which he pointed at Travis and fired a shot. Then a second later, there's a second shot. McMichael stated the male fell face down on the pavement with his hand underneath his belly. So right there, they're talking about in the police report. They say there's only 2 shots. If you look at that video, there's obviously 3 shots, and it looks like it's hard to tell in the video, but it looks like the dad, the
one that was in the back.
Yeah, the one I can't think of what. Yeah, that was in the bed. It looked like he took a pop shot off him. You know what I mean? There's 3 shots in the video. That's clear as day. So that's already, yeah. So they said that he fell face down on the pavement with his hand on his belly, under his body. Michael stated he rolled the man over to see if the male had a weapon. So that's the police report. That's their side of the story initially. To get us back on the.
You are about to listen to the Yin Yang
It's kind of like we have
Podcast.
everything on 2 different sides. It's like
I mean, that's the report, right?
kind of a
Yeah, that's just the police report from the initial thing.
try your
So
That's not their view on it.
No,
They have a different story.
that's what they told the
You
cops.
are about to
initially. That's
listen
what
to the Yin
that's what they
Yang
told the cops. But
Podcast.
obviously, the video that comes
Sounds
out
like this.
2 months later, obviously says differently.
Yeah.
So
All I can say it's the fucking South, dude, and it really could happen anywhere. But like the South is kind of like, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's racist. I'm just saying it's just stupidity. I'm not saying Southern people are stupid because they're not, but it's just like, yeah, like those are the 3 stereotypes. So racist, stupid, and hatred or bad shit happened to the blacks due to hatred. So it's like,
yeah,
I would like to think that they were doing the right thing and they were just stupid. That's what I would want to hope. That they're. I mean,
you
out
would
of
want
all
to
the
think that these guys were
situations-
like this guy actually, but as we keep
Yeah,
diving into this story, it looks worse and worse that these guys are just assholes who hunted down an
but
innocent
at the
person.
same time, as a black dude, I'm like, you're not surprised. You're like, okay, duh. That's what I'm always surprised. I'm like, white people like get really up. Like there's certain stories. I'm like, do you know this shit goes on every day, everywhere, and they only pick stories that people are fucking gonna, get upright. Like why we're making this video. Like I feel like we kind of got sucked into it. I mean, even though it's newsworthy, but like this is a daily thing. It's been happening for hundreds of years. Like, and this is mild.
And then, right,
in
we should be
comparison.
people should be bringing these up all the time when there's an injustice. Like honestly, unfortunately, it doesn't happen. You're right, but that's not the point. And I want to cut us off for a second.
We couldn't do it. We wouldn't.
Here, I want to cut us
Okay,
off for a
go
second.
ahead.
We got a comment on our stream from Matt McFacestab. Says, I have a question. Why do you guys look like one half of the Proclaimers?
I don't even know what the Proclaimers.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Is it a gay porn star?
I mean, that's what you normally are, right?
Well, don't tell anybody that.
Mac
Trying to keep that
McStab.
secret.
Mac McFacestab. That's a funny name.
Ooh, Mac McFace stab. Oh Jesus. I like it.
That guy sounds very
It beat
non-violent.
It's like, yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
Mine's a little bit less violent. Von Rondo 6'9", 6'9", 33.
What's the 3333?
It's 4 dudes having sex in a row.
All right. Let's get back on track for the YouTube part when we put this up later. All right, so back on track. So pretty much when this initially got reported, their attorneys claimed that it was protected under the citizen's arrest clause in the New York, or not New York. Wow, I'm just fucking up today. It was citizen's arrest in the Georgia state law, which you're allowed to do, which I have it right here. Citizen's arrest. As a private citizen, you have no authority to arrest anyone without a warrant. Without a warrant, you may arrest anyone who commits a misdemeanor or a felony in your presence with your immediate knowledge. So they claim they had immediate knowledge with.
You are about to listen to the Yin Yang Podcast.
It's kind of like we have
So they claim
two different sides,
and then obviously self-defense because they claimed, hey, he went for my gun when we told him. Like obviously, from a police report, you would think, yeah, this seems reasonable.
And if you watch the video, like, I mean, I guess it depends on what video or whatever.
You are about to listen to the Yin Yang Podcast.
I mean, that's kind of like a video doesn't really explain everything, but I mean, it's a good indication of what happened. But I don't know.
It shows exactly what happened.
Yeah, but what context was it in? Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. I mean, do you know what I mean, though?
I don't know what you mean, so I'm trying to figure it out because it doesn't make because you're like, oh, the context. The context is right there.
The story that they told was like, he was jogging, and they looked like or not jogging. They didn't even put that in, did they? He was running.
They said that he was hauling ass down the road, but if you look at the video, the dude looks like he's just going out for a jog.
Yeah, and then there's a struggle. Like, I don't know. It's just, I mean, obviously it's what it is, but I'm trying to think not just on one side where there's like
I know.
I think that are racist. Like maybe they were doing it because they thought that's what they were doing. I mean that is a very much thing.
They were overzealous. Wrong. They were overzealous retired police, like an overzealous retired police officer thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna do the right," but he was doing the wrong thing. He was overstepping his boundary. Yeah. That's definitely a possibility.
That's what we wanna. That's what like humanity wants to hope. But in all reality, the South has got the reputation of the South.
Unfortunately,
and this sounds shifty, as they had a friend in another car videotape.
Yeah, and why would you have some the thing is that's another question that it brings up. Why would you have somebody following you recording it unless you know something's going to happen, or especially if you listen to the beginning of the video. Like the dude straight up cocks a gun within like the first 5-6 seconds of the video.
The gun's no good if it's not loaded.
I know, but like you're rolling up, you see the guy, and then you cock it. Like, come on.
I mean, what do you? I mean, but in reality, like the gun's no good unless it's ready.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Like,
but anyway, so
if they're doing like in all reality, I mean, like let's see. I want to see that dude's track record. How was he as a cop? You know what I mean? Like. He's done like 30 years, half black, half white, knocked up, saved some lives, like.
You want to see his arrest history, like what?
I want to see some evidence that dude maybe wasn't the fucking, that dude was a criminal, like maybe he was doing a criminal thing, like I don't know, I'm not gonna take either side.
That's fair. You're being very impartial, and that's very fair. Which will like when we get into this later article, it breaks it all down and it just presents facts, and we'll go through that. But I want to make sure we keep on track so we get to that point. So.
Oh no, I feel you.
Okay, so his attorneys also, and along with a citizen's arrest, he claimed self-defense. That's why he died. And there's another part about that. It says when you're making a citizen's arrest, it's on the screen now. A person may not use more force than reasonable to make the arrest. Deadly force is limited to self-defense or to instance in which such force is necessary to prevent certain felonies. So they use that.
You are about to listen to the Yin Yang Podcast. It's kind of like we have.
At this point, the video wasn't out. The video came out a few days ago. That's what the judge saw. That's what the attorney saw, and that's yep, this is what it is.
I'm just going through my head. Listen, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go. Make a point.
I'm just going through my head, like.
You are about to listen to
like, breaks all the windows and flattens all the time. Fucking even like writes some slander on it and shit, like with a keys it. I'm like, and they did it all over town. Nobody would want that person dead. Like nobody, much less go do it themselves. Like whatever type of property damage or whatever, like the dude's probably sick because he's an addict, like whatever the case, like off topic, but like what in the world, like I don't think that's something that's normal. Like, like, oh, damaged property, let's go fucking grab our guns and fucking, like I don't know, but that's just my mind. I was like, what? I'm not saying these guys were doing it because I don't know what the fuck's going on, like whatever, but like that's the way I'm viewing it. We will never know the facts. Like, I mean, we've seen what happened, but like,
well,
did the burglar?
I want to throw some more facts at you. So there's this really good article in the Dispatch. We'll link it in the description so people can check it out on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And it really breaks down the series of events, and we'll kind of go through them, and we'll talk about them as we feel. So, so this is the events from like gathered up in this article that really breaks it down really nicely. And I encourage everyone to go out there and read this and see this, and make your own informed decision and what you think, because I'm really curious to see how this trial plays out and what happens. Because this is going to a grand jury.
What do you think's going to happen?
Well, I'll give you that when we're done going through this.
Ooh.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned, everybody.
As you light up one.
It's a cigar.
Oh, okay. I just see something that looks like a roll. I was like, dude, you really light one up right now?
No, it's a cigar.
Okay.
It's legal.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of skim through this article, and like I said, links in the description. So just after 1 p.m. on February 23rd, a person called 911 to report a black male in a white T-shirt walking into a house construction. I'll read the expert from the 911 transcript and this is from the Brunswick News. So, quote, "There's a guy in the house right now. It's under construction." The man told the dispatcher. Then they gave him the address. "And you said someone's breaking into it right now?" the dispatcher asked. "No," the man replied. "It's all open. It's under construction." Which, that's not really illegal to walk into an open construction site. It's dangerous, but it's not really. You're not breaking and entering. It's an open construction site.
Yeah, still you're on property. You're
right, but you're not.
That's illegal. You can get arrested for fucking going on.
More than likely, they'll just tell you, "Hey, get the fuck out of here." Not, "You're under arrest. Let's shoot you." This like.
But if you're stealing and breaking shit, they'll arrest you. They should.
If you're stealing and breaking shit, yes. But obviously, if you look at the video, he had nothing in his hand, so obviously he didn't steal anything. Because according to those guys, they saw him leave right from there, and so anyway.
I mean, just a hypothesis, though. Like maybe he got caught and started running. Like I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like I'm not trying to one side it. Like
I know,
okay. I mean, I know it's the South and shit, but like hypothetical.
All right, so
it's very possible.
All right, the man interrupted to say Arbery was leaving, and there he goes now. "That's fine," the dispatcher said. "I'll get the police out there. I just need to know what he was doing wrong. Was he on the premises and not supposed to be?" The sentence is garbled, and he's being caught on camera a bunch at night. It's the kind of an ongoing thing. The man building the house has heart issues. I think he's not going to finish it. Dispatcher, okay, it's fine. And you said it was a male in a black T-shirt. White T-shirt, the man says, "Black guy, white T-shirt. He's done run into the neighborhood again." Minutes later, another person called 911. Here's another description. "I'm at the Stella Shores." The man said, "There's a black male running down the street." "Where at Stella Shores?" the dispatcher asked. "I don't know what street we're on," the man replied. "Stop. Watch that. Stop, damn it, stop." The call went blank for several minutes. The dispatcher tried several times to reach the caller and eventually hangs up. Okay, and then so you leak back to the police report. He talks about how, the guys, George McMichael, he said, allegedly saw Arbery hauling ass down the street. So how running. But like, what if this dude was just out for a run and he has nothing to do with the same black guy that these guys are talking about? Because they just said, black dude, white T-shirt.
And it also could be the same dude. I'm just saying.
Right, yeah.
I mean, there should be. I mean, if it's a murder case, they should break out some DNA evidence or try to figure out something if it's this big of a fucking case.
But regardless, and the legality of a citizen's arrest, like we just read it.
Yeah, even if he did,
you had to. He had the guy had like
bounds.
you had to witness the guy had to witness the crime, not hear from a hearsay. Like for example, if you say you're working at a security company and the security footage, you see someone breaking in, you can't just call me and say, "Hey, go arrest that guy, go shoot him." You can't do that.
No, yeah, that's not what you do. I mean, you as a security guard, you stop them. They have weapons.
But that's just right. That's just a scenario.
And they're trained to use them. I mean, he was, the cop was trained to use a gun. He wasn't trained to hesitate. You know what I mean? It's life or death. And if he's a retired cop, he has that instinct in him. Like I said, I am not for these guys. I'm not defending these guys.
I know you're bringing the counterfactual. I know. I understand. And I appreciate what you're doing. I'm just. It just seems fishy.
No, no, it does. It super does. But at the same time, like there's two sides. This is where my mind splits because I, as a black dude who likes to run, and seeing what people's face looks like when they see a black guy running at them at 7:00 in the morning. Trust me, I'd feel the same way. I'm going out to my car, like see some black guy running at you. I'd be a little,
I know.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. I hate to say it like that, but it's just the fact of the fucking matter. If I see some little skinny white kid, I'm going to be less threatened than a fucking 200-pound black guy dressed in black running towards you in the dark. Like, I mean, that's just the way it is, dude.
Right, but like, I just want to know I want to know their train of thought where they just see this guy hauling, quote unquote, hauling ass. What makes you like, I don't know.
I don't know how they think they could have got away with it.
I know, like, why?
Especially if
you see him put his hand in his pants, so you automatically assumed he's armed. I don't know. It's just it. But like, as far as the citizen's arrest thing, like, I don't see what makes him think like, oh, he's a former cop. He should know the law. That you heard from other person, hey, they're doing this. You're not a cop anymore. You can't just go up to somebody and bust somebody. From a legality standpoint.
Yeah, but if, like they said, it was the person that called the people that did it.
No,
at that time their emotions were running high because if they have any familiarity with the people that called it in, that they said that person that was getting wrong has had heart problems and they're fucking something happened, gargle or whatever was in the fucking comments, and they seemed pretty upset. And when emotions run high, I mean, who knows? You know what emotions do to people, dude. You don't think rationally.
Right.
When you add some guns to it, and
it's a nasty mess.
Yeah, in the South, dude, it's hot. I get it. When I went down there, dude, I was like, I'd probably be, if I was a white dude, I'd be a racist too. It's hot all the time. I gotta be angry at something, and yeah, there's a lot of brown people around here. But I honestly, I hate running in public, dude. It's a fucking, not just like as a black dude, but just the tensions are high. I know so many people with guns. They have concealed carries and like shit like that. And it's like, oh, what if something has been happening around here? I've thought about this multiple times. Sometimes I'm paranoid walking to my car coming out of Walmart, and I'm like, hey, look, hands, I'm just my car's right here. Like, you know what I mean? Because they're like parked so close to me and it looks like I'm trying to, or like, and that's just the way things are. Like, shit, right before Trump got into office, there was a fucking unarmed black man shooting weekly, if not twice a week. Televised news. Freaked me the fuck out every time I went out my door, dude. Getting pulled over, fuck, dude. I thought I was, like, it seems like overreaction, but like they say, like, black people have PTSD because of just the shit that,
right.
That we go through. And it's just because, we're kind of like, we're like 20% of the population, and then 10% of us are in jail, in prisons, and like factory farms, factory fucking workers. Like, pretty much like slavery. But I mean,
that's not slavery, but
they get paid very little, if not nothing. In the South, there's still a fucking penitentiary that loans out their workers for farmers.
That's
farmers.
That's a topic we could talk about in another video, but we need to get back to this article so we can stay on topic.
Okay.
So it continues on in this article. It's pointing out the discrepancy we kind of talked about. We can kind of broaden on. From the police report, it says that the 2 vehicles and 3 individuals were involved in the chase. They said they tried to cut off Arbery on the road, and so did the individual named Rhodey McMichael. Says named Rhodey. McMichael then says he got into the bed of the pickup truck and continued the pursuit. But if you watch the video, obviously they didn't try to pull him over. Like they didn't, because they said from the police report that they shouted "Stop! Stop! We want to talk to you." And then they said in the police report they said they would try to pull up beside him. And then they got out of the truck. That's not what happened. The truck was obviously just sitting there, and the other guy was rolling up behind him, following. So I'm wondering if, before they hit record, if he was on the phone with them, "Hey, he's coming down the road. You ready?" That's what I'm wondering that happened.
Like hit record before.
Yeah, he's he probably called him "Hey, this guy's running. I'm following him. You guys at the intersection?" And then he's like, "All right, I'm gonna record this so that way you guys are covered," or some, you know what I mean, some bullshit or whatever.
It sounds some fucking. It does sound like that, but the mind can drift towards negativity way easier than it can drift to.
I know.
Positivity.
Of course, I would want to think this is a retired cop that's trying to do the right thing, but all this evidence is not pointing in that direction. Because if he was really trying to do the right thing, why would there be this big of a discrepancy between the video and his police report?
The police report I thought was pretty much on. I mean, I was from you heard it, it was
but he says
pretty much on, other than minor discrepancies. But when did they they could have been doing that before the video was shot, trying to pull him over or some shit. And the 2 to 3 shots, when you shoot once, your emotions are probably running so fucking high that you don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know. I was in there, but as soon as if you're going to try to recall something with that much heightened emotion, I tell people all this time, things that you think that happened a long time ago. Not your mind's kind of warped them to more conform to your mind. The things that happen. Then they're asking me so what happened didn't really happen. I'm it did, but not the way you think it is. But,
right.
You know what I mean? Right.
Go ahead. It also talks about in the you brought it up. There was 2 shots in the police report, but obviously if you listen to the video, there was 3. They also said it was both from the shotgun, but if you look, you could see the dad in the back of the truck bed. He's obviously pointing the gun, and you can see smoke coming out. So it looks like it appears in the video. It's hard to tell, but it appears in the video. He took a pop shot at him from the bed of the truck also.
But that's not smart because they were having a physical altercation. If the dude was a cop, he would know not to fucking shoot. Not only with somebody that close in hand-to-hand combat, is with that being his son. I mean, you don't even. I mean, I couldn't imagine even taking a chance of fucking. You know what I mean? A hand-to-hand scuffle when you're trying to take a shot. I mean, yeah, it's kind of close range, but that dude was fucking beating the shit out of his son, dude. Bad. I mean, you see these fucking.
Yeah. If he wouldn't have shot him, I think the guy would have won. But at the same time, then you got the dad in the back with the truck. This is a losing fight for Arbery. You have 2 guys with guns on you, one in the bed of the truck. Even if you get that shotgun away, then the dad's just going to pop you in the head with a .357, and you're dead anyway. So it's this is an unfortunate thing that these guys. To me, it seems like they were
premeditated murder.
That's the way it's thinking, the way it's looking, but we don't know because later on in this article we'll get to it.
Somebody just okay, go ahead.
Where they talk about the McMichaels, they talk about how they have evidence that hasn't came to light yet, which I'm really curious to see what that evidence is, but we'll get to that.
From the way it sounded to me, the way that the media or other people are spinning it off, it's it's 2 freaking dudes, and they don't really look too Scruff McGruff. They look pretty, clean cut-ish, a little scruffy, but whatever.
Yeah,
they didn't look like trash, you know what I mean?
Look at the mugshots from when they arrested them. They look pretty bad.
I looked at their mugshots, and they didn't look that bad.
They were pretty sketchy old dudes. Yeah, I mean, the mirror.
But the way it's set up, it sounds like like other people was like it was just two racist white dudes like sitting in their little Georgia shack listening to the fucking police scanner, and they're like got their guns and this little fucking in their fucking rocking chair, and they're like listening to police scanner, like oop, got him. I know, like, but who? Like, why did they? I mean, like, why did they choose him? Like, was it just any black guy? They're like, are we going to try? Like, that's where I'm confused. Like, obviously,
that's the thing.
Racism in itself is not confusing because I think it's a lot to do with ignorance and then like misguided. But are they like do they? They can check their computers. Like, do they fucking support white supremacists? If that's not the case, then this could just be the honest fucking case of
right,
true
but it's
stupidity.
Still,
Stupidity.
Oh yeah, like I don't like that's the thing. Like we'll go ahead and jump to that since we're talking about it. I don't think these are just two racist guys trying to hunt down a black guy. I think this is an overzealous cop who's listening to the police scanner. He's missing his old, glory days if he had any, and he
had his son.
Had his son with him, and he saw some hearsay where there was burglaries. He thought this was the guy, and he got overzealous, and an unfortunate thing happened. Now, do I think he should get away with it because he still murdered the guy? They still murdered the guy. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I personally, if it was me, this guy had a clean record for a cop, and there's no sign of wrongdoing. I mean, you can't let him spend if it was an accident. If it was an accident, I don't know. Fucking depending on how old he is. He's like 55. I don't fucking
I don't remember his age. I didn't dig that too far when I was gonna.
I'm like, dude, do 5 years in jail.
Yeah.
You fucking fucked up.
For those that are just
murdered him, you're going to life. You're finishing off life. Your life is in prison.
Yeah. For those of you just tuning in, like haven't seen the video, while we're talking, I'm just gonna play the video with no sound on the screen so you guys can see the video. But continue talking with your point. The video is just up for people to see. They can see it again if they haven't seen it. But go on.
That's cool. But yeah, dude, like, and the son jumped out and was doing it. Like, they're both in the same boat. Like, they both get 5 years if they're trying to do the right thing. If they don't have any fucking bullshit in the past of them fucking doing hate crimes or shit, or like signing up for fucking the Nazi newsletter, or some bullshit white supremacist, or any fucking far right, like no violence in the past, other than the cop where he had to do his job, and it ended up being the right thing in review. Yeah, dude. I mean, it was an accident. They were trying to do the right thing. They did it wrong, and that should be a lesson. That's what the law's there for. Yeah. Look, this person did this. He did that. This is what happened. These guys get put away. Don't do this to the rest of the fucking United States. Don't do this. Like, you can set an example. That's what the law's there. Set an example. But if these guys walk and they are affiliated with all this bullshit, it just opens up free range. Nike's going to take a drop. Nike's going to, ain't no black guy going to be running outside. But like I said, dude, I don't fucking like doing it, dude. It's fucking, there's a thing in the back of my head, and I get it. It's, subliminally, put into people's head,
Right.
Not subliminally, but it's just our culture.
Right. I want to see more evidence on their side, honestly, because just from a legality standpoint, because when you see the gut reaction when you see this video plus their police report, it just looks like my gut reaction is just want to be like, yeah, these guys just straight up and shot this guy because he's obviously parked on this. He's parked in the middle of the road, just waiting for somebody. And then just the question in my mind is like, why is this guy just rolling up? Like, why is he just rolling up on this guy? And like, he's just rolling up on this guy. He cocks a gun, like just right there, just like, what is you? Like, I know you said earlier, like a gun's useless if it's not loaded. I get that, but like, even in the video, it looks like he's like trying to go around one way. He's like, oh crap, and then he tries to run around the other way of the vehicle, and I wish you could hear more what's happening. I wish we knew more. I want to see the rest of the evidence, and I don't want it to turn into.
But in reality, you can run up on the dude, be like, yo, dude, hey, there's been a whole, let's just say your shit's been broken, and you go out and your shit's gone or what, or not shit's gone, but your shit's broken. You're like, hey, dude runs off. You hear it on the police scanner, and you're like, fuck, dude, I know 5 people that got their shit stolen. It's a black dude, white shirt running. So you're like, fuck. Or what? Did they go out searching for him?
According, they just said they saw him hauling ass. They didn't.
So then you see some like black dude running, sprinting. Like if you're hauling ass, like there's jogging and there's sprinting. Sprinting you can't do for a long time.
But if you look at the video, the dude looks like he's jogging. I jog a lot. That dude looks like he's just straight up jogging. He doesn't look like he's.
I always think people don't run as fast on video, but okay, but still, in the light of that, like, and you see him running, and you're like, "Fuck, dude, that's the dude that's been fucking stealing all of our friends' shit." So like, let's go fucking, they're like, the cops aren't gonna fucking catch him, he has no fucking shit on him. They're just gonna fucking catch and release. And then at that point, what's the point of even going out to get him? You know what I mean? Like, that's what would be going to my head. But regardless, so I'm like, hey, Bobby, let's hop in the truck. Let's get this motherfucker because the cops ain't gonna get him, and we see him right now. So we're driving. We're like, hey, dude, we need to talk to you, and he doesn't stop. You're like, oh, this guy's guilty. You fucking come in and like, no, hey, buddy, stop.
Right. But the thing is, if you just look at
what would have happened if he stopped? Would it have just been away kosher?
I don't. That's the thing. I don't know, but I don't know. The whole just the law on citizens arrest in general. These guys, like he should have known the law. I don't think he should even try to go out there. He should have just like I know you were saying.
I think citizens arrest is more like you break into my house and you're lucky I didn't kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Like you immediately saw something, but like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what they claim.
Your property, or you're at something serious is going on, and you just gotta you have to keep that person there because it's that serious of a crime. You're something that's violent, mainly violent or dangerous to your family. You know what I mean? Like somebody punches a girl or not even that, dude. Like if there's a fight, I'm not gonna they're not citizens arrest anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's 2 people and let the cops figure it out.
Exactly. And
I don't know. It does seem
that's
fishy,
what I'm saying. But
at the same time,
it does seem fishy. Very fishy.
The South.
That shouldn't be an excuse. Unfortunately, that shouldn't be an excuse. I would like to think
I just like it's funny because it's just a stereotype. The South, bunch of dumb redneck racists.
That's the unfortunate stereotype. Yeah.
I don't know. Black people everybody's got stereotypes. Ohioans got stereotypes. Kentuckians got stereotypes. I don't know about Indiana. Oh yeah,
Texas has stereotypes. Californians, everywhere has stereotypes. But people shouldn't be defined by their stereotypes. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I find humor in it though.
Oh yeah, people. That's the problem though. People don't find humor in it, and they just they get too attached to them.
If it's funny, I'll definitely make the remark because I'm not a stick in the mud. You know what I mean? Like, dude, if you're that loose, don't listen to me because I'm not being a dick. I know not everybody in the South's dumb rednecks. There's fucking a whole bunch of awesome people. I know not every black guy is a fucking criminal. I know that all Chinese people aren't good at math. I'm going off tangent, but it's not really off tangent, but that's how I feel. It's the stereotype. To deny that the stereotype exists.
No, there's definitely
the problem is, everything. Like when you first started telling the story, dude, no, stop. Tell the story the way it is because the story is based on race, and so it's not 2 people; it's 2 white dudes. It's not an assailant male; it's a black dude.
I was just trying. I know. I should have been beating around the bush at the beginning. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna tell it because we all know what it's about. There's no fooling nobody. Because that's the only reason why if it was a white dude that they killed, nobody cares.
Which is bullshit. I think that's bullshit. Like even if any race, this should be news in general. Like if it doesn't let's take race out of the equation. Just how I described it earlier. Let's take race out of the equation. A male running down the street. And then 2 other, just apparently, you know what I mean?
If it was a white dude, it wouldn't have made news. If it was a female black dude, obviously, or a transsex. Oh, if I was trans, oh Jesus Christ, I would have been out of the fucking ballpark. But the thing is, these crimes happen every freaking day to every freaking body, and only people that make the news is shit that's going to draw in freaking, like I said, what we're doing, you know what I mean? To draw in the people. But, like, that's what the hot topics are, dude. And, I mean, it's kind of bullshit, but it's still bringing light to, like, injustices, which, like, you're saying that we need to do and figure it out, but it needs to be broad spectrum. Everybody's injustice.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Injustice for one is injustice for all. Martin Luther King. I mean, it's true though, dude. Justice for one is injustice for all. It's like, dude. I mean, preach it, brother.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut us a little bit from the YouTube. In the chat that says, "I'm black, you racist," and I'm asking the guy who's the racist. He says the one with the glasses. We're both wearing glasses. So
nice.
So I think we're being both called racist because we're just trying to discuss this issue.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of probably sounds like I'm racist because I was saying, stereotypes and whatnot. But like, I mean, I guess I'm racist to everybody. So what's that mean? Like, am I like, white people, black people? Like, am I just supposed to negate the fact of I'm blind, I don't see color? Well, that's not how the world sees it. But I mean,
I don't see either one of us as a racist when we're just trying to discuss the issue. I would love to have this person just talk with us. Like, we're just trying to discuss this issue and get this out there because we think this is a horrible thing that happened. We don't want to just attribute everything. We don't want to we don't want to attribute it all to race. So that's why I treaded lightly in the beginning, where I was trying to just say this male, and then you called me out on it and just saying, "Hey, no, it's." Just tell it like it is. It was a black guy that was running in the street, and then two white guys in there.
People do that nowadays. They don't like say, "Oh, there's a black guy." Oh, I mean, there's a guy over there. I'm like, who is it? Yeah, like that one over there, like the guy in the white shirt. I'm like, what guy? You know about the black guy? They're like, yeah. I'm like, what? Just say the black guy over there. I'm like, I get it, but it's not racist. I don't think by describing somebody's physical attributes. But whatever. Other people think differently, apparently.
Yeah. But you just messed up. You just messed up your camera. Tilt it back down.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I heard a pop, and your camera just kicks up, and I was like, "Oh, fix that."
It's a piece of crap. I can't help it.
I mean, yeah, you got a tripod on a phone.
Yeah.
So
it's actually made for the phone.
That's true.
Apparently, not that well.
Not that well. It just pops randomly and kicks up. So I want to hear your final thoughts on this, and then I'll give you my final, just a summary of everything from watching the video to based on the police report and the definition of a citizen's arrest and what we read in the article of what actually, what do you think? Just big summary of overall what happened.
I think it. Who knows? This is media sensationalism at its best. It leaves you like that because you don't know what's right and what's wrong, and it leaves a drift between two sides, and I think that's wrong. I mean, and the only thing that matters is the fact is that the guy that did it, were they trying to do the right thing, or were they trying not to do the right thing? And that's up for the jury. And you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want the decision. Put these two people's lives in my hand to decide whether or not there's enough evidence, and with the history of you got to negate all of that. You have to negate everything that you've known your whole life to make a decision based on this instance, and I think that's impossible. So, like, I would hate to be that jury, but I'm hoping that they were doing it. I can't tell you either or, like, whether they did it out of, malice, forethought, or they're trying to do the right thing. But, like, that's the two options, and I couldn't even decide. I don't even want to decide because that would make me want to, I'm indecisive about that because, like, I can't just choose. I'm not choosing for the team. I'm choosing for what's right. And what's right, I'll never know. So. I hate to leave it all bland.
I know, yeah. So with this, like based just on the evidence that's presented so far from what I've seen, the discrepancies in the police report and the definitions that we ran, based on what we've said, my gut instinct just from this evidence wants to tell me like, yeah, these guys murdered this guy. Now, what was their intentions? Like you said, we'll never know. But just from a pure, just looking at this from just third person, from outside looking in,
video evidence.
Yeah, video evidence. These guys, it's a murder. It's not, the son did. I don't think he acted in self defense. I think Arbery acted in self defense. Like you run around a truck and you see somebody hop out or pointing, even from the bed of a truck, pointing a gun at you, and then someone jump out the side with a gun at you. You're going to defend yourself. You're going to stand your ground. That's another Georgia law. They have the stand your ground there. If someone's pointing a gun at you, you can defend yourself to the death. Because it's either you know what I mean? If you think you're going to die.
Well, that should be everywhere, any human being.
I know, but that's
in the world.
I don't think I don't think that's everywhere. But
you don't need a law to tell me like defend myself. I'm like,
I know.
Human reaction, buddy.
I know, but so based on the evidence we saw and everything, I think, like I said, I think these guys are guilty. It's going to a grand jury, which is great. I'd be more upset if like this video came out. I'm still kind of like whoa, what? Like I'm still amazed that they could just based on the police report, be like, yeah, write this off as self defense. Got it. But that just draws into another point where I think all police officers should wear wear cameras and stuff like that. But
it definitely wasn't self defense.
No. With this video evidence that comes out so
the new evidence.
Which is another thing. Speaking of evidence, these guys claim that they have evidence that helps their cause. That I don't want to say helps their cause, but like supports that what they were saying. So I'm curious to see that when this goes to court. I want to see what they present. Exactly. I don't know what the hell they're going to present.
Video.
I know exactly. They're like, oh, there's new evidence that hasn't come to light that really defends our case. Okay, let's see it. You have that right. We have a due process in this country. You have the right to defend yourself.
The only evidence that they would have,
I still think you're guilty.
They have DNA evidence that guy broke into those places, and then that might just be enough grounds to where they're like, you know what I mean? Clean cop record, clean record, and evidence that he actually did that. I'd be like, okay. Well, I mean, it's fucked up, but like, you still go to jail for a little bit, but you didn't murder somebody. Like that's a clean, you know what I mean? You got at least a cleaner image. Yeah, you might have spent 5 years instead of life or whatever, 50 years, which is life. And like, you got a clean record. You're not clean, but you stop somebody. You try to stop somebody, that was doing a crime, and it ended up fucking going to fuckville. But like, it's way better than fucking racist murder, racial murder.
Yeah, and because I don't want people. I don't like. I hate that people see the world that way, where they think just be like me and you are friends. Like it has nothing to do with race. We like each other. We hang out with each other, and I just wish people more like that. I wish they weren't like, oh, this black guy, oh, this white guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the way it is. It's like, I don't know. That's the way it is. Like, you're never gonna. I don't think we're ever gonna escape it in our lifetime. Eventually, everybody's gonna be like
a mix of something.
Mulatto. Yeah, it's already getting there. And then at that same time, I think there'll still be stuff like that. Indifference, type of, whatever mutations we grow into or grow out of. Like, we're always gonna have some type of shit. That's our human nature. But it is also in our human nature to love, and that's what they freaking put in they put that in the news. They don't. You're only going to take part of 10%. You hear that in the background?
Yeah, you can hear it. But that's okay.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. You're going to put out what's sensational, but a loving hug and a kiss, and whatever, all the fucking awesome shit that's going on. They don't put that in the news, so, and that's what all of us as a nation see every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We see that. We go to the grocery store. We talk to people. I see all types of people talking all the time and having a good time and dating and fucking and fighting and like, this little small bit of this a couple of fucking dudes that whatever, bad shit happened to them, dude. Like all three of them, like I don't know, like, but mainstream everybody, I think we got it going on. This is just a bad happenings, and the sensational media. Like I wouldn't even call it news anymore. This shit happens every day, Not necessarily in this way, but like people get killed every day, killed by other people, and it happens.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about it?
I think I said how I feel about it. It just kept going on, man. I'll just instead of trans listening to you.
No, that's cool.
I was just
I was
chill
trying to
listening.
like round it. I was waiting for you, dude.
I was just just kind of just listening to you. And I was just like, yeah, I like what you're saying. But
you don't like what it?
Do what?
You said you don't like what I'm saying?
No, I said I liked what you were saying. But
oh, yeah.
But we want to know. We want to know what you guys think. So what do you guys think? Do you think? I mean, do you want to see more evidence? Are you curious about what's going to happen in the trial? Yeah, I'm really curious. I'm definitely going to continue following this.
I just have a funny feeling I'm going to see these dudes walking out of a courtroom in their suits, like this,
Yeah. Like I'm
curious to see what that jury. Then I'm curious, judging by the way I think the jury is going to look, it ain't going to look too. It's not going to look too bad for the cops, cause I think it was like if it's in a district where there's, I don't know.
Okay, so let's wrap this up for YouTube, and then we got some people chatting in our Twitch streams. We can chat with them. We'll stop the recording. We'll chat with them. Keep going. So comment down below what you guys think about the shooting. How you feel about it? Do you think the guys are racist that shot him? Do you think this is just a mishap? Like, tell us what you think. Anything. We want to hear from you guys. Leave a like on the video if you want to continue seeing more more stuff like this. We're going to try to keep pumping out videos, and we appreciate you guys' support. Don't forget hit that sub button. Anything, last things you want to say, Ian, before we sign off on YouTube?
Nope. Peace, love, and chicken grease.
All right. So, thanks, guys. We appreciate it. And YouTube, we'll catch you later.